Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great day today. So let's get into Big Bear AI. And is this a shakeout? We've seen the entire market go down, and I'm still up in total on Big Bear because I had a purchase price of 280 down here. But this recent buy that I had that I was really anticipating is more of a FOMO, actually was not a great buy. I was anticipating a move up. It sold off tremendously. I'm down $800. Okay. So Big Bear is down 20% today. And you might say, Will, are they going to continue down? Is this the end? I think that a lot of companies, with the exception of a few tech companies, all T-Mobile do okay, Tesla did okay, um, and I'm in November week 4, but let's take a look at AI. Everything was down a little bit. GBTC was up a little bit, so which is interesting because it's tied to Bitcoin, but I know Bitcoin was down, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. We see so many companies drop, and I think we saw Bitcoin drop considerably as well. And if I actually just pull it up real quick, Bitcoin dropped to 96,000 or 97,000. So assets across the board dropped a little bit. We could see that drop down from what was 102 or 103 at one point down to 96K. Now we're pushed back up a little bit to 97K. And we kind of saw the same thing over here. I mean, if we just drop in SPY, we could look on SPY. So kind of the whole market, we saw it sell off quite a bit today after that considerable rally that lasted through from basically November 4th, the elections. We saw it push up, did see a few days of sell off here and then pushed up, and now we most likely will see some sell off continue. But you might say, Will, all right, is this it? Are we about to see everything go down? This is an AI stock that we saw huge potential for, and it's back down to $2.90 from what was $4.50. Are we going to see it continue to sell off? I would say that AI companies and crypto companies and everything else is kind of having a classic shake out, right? We're seeing who the holders are. There's going to be some shorts that come in. We're going to see who is going to be a paper hand, not holding on to the stock. And this is common in any industry across the world. So we're going to see this happen, but we're seeing a widespread market sell-off today, which was about 19% on this AI company. Some other AI companies like C3 AI, after earnings yesterday, pushed up to $50 a share, dropped as low as $35 a share today before recovering back up to $41 a share. What a sell-off. And my deal is I think we have a lot of people that were buying into a lot of these assets. I mean, I know a lot of people have been sending me messages, hundreds of emails I've been getting. If you guys are on our email list, it's actually a little hard to get on the email list because I ask for your phone number, I ask for your Solana wallet if you have one. That one's actually optional. But the reason I ask for those things is so that I can personally reach out to you and I can personally call my subscribers and get a pulse on what's going on and also provide free advice and offer my services as well. And so one thing I've been talking with a lot of my subscribers, been talking with you guys, and we can just look at the widespread market sell-off. Guys, how many people have stop losses set in? Almost everybody. I was looking at comments of all these people that are in meme coins, that are in crypto and everything else, and they're saying, oh, my stop loss. Oh, my stop. Oh, my stop loss. And this is classic pullback behavior right now. I'm extremely bullish on AI for this year, especially going into 2025. We see increased spending on tech and data centers and on tech digital assets like crypto and everything. We see increased spending from institutions that, leading into this 2025 because they're putting themselves into a position to capitalize on what could be one of the best bull markets of our decade this year in 2025. And by bull market, I don't necessarily mean a beautiful, flourishing middle class or everybody's going to be making money. This is a little bit different. It's like there was almost this flourish that was happening to people when they were getting stimulus checks during the C word. Now we're talking about not stimulus checks, we're talking about what could be more inflation of the dollar, which is bound to happen if we see the easing on the rates, which we have seen that Powell not only addressed that he would be lowering rates, but also that he would be that he acknowledged crypto or Bitcoin as actual digital gold, and that shot it up to 103,000. But I would say, even at this point with a pullback, because a lot of people get worried in these turbulent times, that guys, you shouldn't do anything other than buy assets at this time. Because if you think this is like the peak or where we're at in the market, we are not even close to the potential of what we're seeing in tech, in AI, in crypto, and innovations happening in the world. But and when I say the world, I mean the world, the tech and innovations in the world that are going to change the dynamics of how companies operate. Companies are going to opt for, rather than paying $250,000 or more to be a stock on the stock exchange, they're going to simply create their own blockchain or their own token that allows them to offer value and have investors buy into their companies when they are worldwide companies. They're going to use crypto rather than stocks because it costs less money to get in. There's going to be people that are going to capitalize on this run. And so I share this because we saw a big drop today. A lot of people said, whoa, what's going on? This is one of the classic things we talk about. A lot of people give me flack on. They say, Will, you don't think the markets really work that way, do you? Will, you don't think that there's institutions that are watching people buying just so that they can hit their stop loss? You don't think that they're monitoring position? No, like, you think your small little trading account of $10,000 or $100,000 or whatever, it might be less, you think that that's something that the institutions care about? Well, let me tell you, orders are public. And this is why I don't make my stop loss orders public. I don't want the market or the institutions to know exactly when I plan to sell, because this is called a liquidity sweep. And it's happening widespread in the market. And it's something that forces retail investors and a lot of people to sell. And you might say, no, it's not a liquidity sweep. It's a classic pullback, Will. It's just a regular pullback. Or no, this is actually, we got to experience the hype. Now everything's going to sell off. Look, if that's the way you want to look at the market, all power to you. The way that I look at it, making consistent gains and growing, is by seeing the future as what it could be as opposed to what it is. And a lot of people look at it and say, oh, this is what it is. It's selling off. I'm going to sell. When in reality, the best investments are made with looking at something and say, how is this going to operate in 5 months from now, 5 years from now, or more? And I think that when we look at the stock market, we look at the crypto and everything else, you have nothing to worry about. If you've ever had some fear in the sell-offs that we've seen, if you're holding, let's say, BBAI, and you're saying, oh my God, I don't want to hold the bag, boom, I'm going to sell. If that's you, just realize there's pendulums that swing in the market that are meant to trigger sell-offs, that are meant to trigger people to give up their assets. And some of the best investors I know, when the market's tanking, it's going down, they're saying, great, let's buy more assets. Great, it's a better deal. And those are some of the most successful people. And that's one of the things that's led to my success, is not getting scared, right? But actually taking advantage of these opportunities. So what that means is there's great opportunities. There's some momentum plays for shorters. For the bullish people, there is great buyback opportunities when you get confirmation. What I'm looking right now is BBAI, for example. The bears are in control a little bit, okay, on the nearer term. If we look on a 1 day term, it's still looking like the bulls are in control, right? We saw this sell off. What you look for when you're looking at candlesticks, if the bulls or the bears are in control, is if you see a red candlestick, for example, but it's nearing the top, okay? And it's stemmed out this way, but you see more momentum towards the top. That indicates that you're seeing a shift. Same thing here. You maybe wouldn't want to buy on this candlestick. You could see the bears were in control, but right here we saw that candlestick really pushing to the top and some bullish momentum. And then we see that right here, and it just started to take off. We had tremendous bullish upward movement in this AI stock. We'll probably continue to see it even right now. We'll see how long this lasts. My guess, it's going to look something like this. You could have this candlestick right here, maybe sell off a little bit further. Tomorrow might even sell off a little bit or push up, but probably most likely end a little bit with the bulls in control. And then by about Thursday or Friday, we'll start to see the bulls kick back in. And that's how I think it's going to go with crypto. That's how I think it's going to go with AI. You can look at charts all day, but also look at the spending of all these major institutions, these companies. You got BlackRock, you got Apple. The same way that they take all their profits and buy their own stock so they don't have to pay taxes. It's the same way that when their stock increases tremendously in value, they sell so they can roll it into expenses. And if they see expenses like AI or like tech that they can invest in, then there's going to be a sell-off. They're going to sell the stock in order to get back in. And that might be a little bit more of an advanced outlook for some of you guys. But if you're just a beginner and you're just getting started, of course, if you're doing trade to trade, manage your risk, keep your trading plan in place. You don't win everything. I mean, I'm down 850 right here, as you guys could see. But when it comes down to realizing your profits, if you are paying attention to the market turbulence and what's going on, a pullback like this is quite healthy. It's quite normal for these things to happen. Your money is not you. So if you've lost money, just realize your investments, your portfolio, it's not tied to you. It's tied to you, but it's not your identity. Some great opportunities you could see if you were playing Tesla. You could play Tesla, still bulls in control right now, pushed up to 405, back down to $4 or 400. Kind of called this out as a breakout right here, but it's really not even technically driven. When we look at this company in terms of playing it as a trader, of course, you have some higher leverage that you can play around with. If you're shorting, there's TSSL, just right here. Sorry, TSLL, not TSLL. TSL. We can take a look here. There's TSLL, so that one goes up with Tesla, 2%, so it's up 7%. And then there's TSLS, which is the shorting of Tesla. You can see this one's a short. Okay. So you can play both sides. Very overextended on the RSI, overextended on the MACD. Possible that you could see it pull back a little bit, or push back up, sorry. Pull back in this case. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to get my digital asset free, my digital asset playbook down below, it's absolutely free. That first link in the description. If you guys want to learn how to buy and sell and trade and take the guessing out of some of your investments, feel free to check out that second link down below. It's Stockmate for those of you guys that want to surround yourself with other traders and investors. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.